kicking it, kicking it, kicking it, kicking it, yeah, we kicking it.
Welcome back. We got part 2 of the interview right now. I'm curious too about your whole rap persona. Sometimes I'm never sure, are you making fun of people who are misogynist or are you actually misogynist?
That's a good question. I always looked at rap as like, kind of like a medium to vent. So like, we all have like innermost thoughts, like women will be like, oh guys, I hate fucking men. Men will be like, oh bitch. And we're afraid to say it. So like, when I was growing up, I was listening to like a lot of Poison Clan and 2 Live Crew and all this kind of stuff. And it was like, to me, it was just like a way to get it out because I was raised a certain way that, you know, I've never disrespected girlfriends or, you know, that's just how I was. But to me, it was just a method of venting. And when I got into the music, I would go to like open mics and see these guys with the wheatgrass juice and the fucking, the head wrap shit on, and these guys, and we gotta stop using the word bitch. And you know, he's got like 9 kids by 9 different women, but he's like selling this persona of like, we need to be more righteous, and he's full of shit. So I was like, it'd be kind of interesting to take the opposite route. Like to be like a good guy who's just venting.
Okay.
So I found like, instead of holding it in and doing it in real life, I just took my persona to, you know, as a platform to do some venting, but it's like innocuous. Like it's not really, you know, it's just shit talking. Like I grew up listening to like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Dolomite. So to me, it's just comedy and like stress release and like venting and talking shit. And comedians do it all the time and it's fine, but when an artist does it,
it's like,
he's in the line of fire.
Does it ever feel weird when you're like at a show and there's like females in the audience and you're like, bitch, bitch, and ho? Do you like, and they're looking right at you? Does it feel like weird to?
Not really, because a lot of them like could see that I was joking. Like it's so over the top that you have to know I'm kidding. Like there's no way that you could like be like, he hates women. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to, like, even with the pimp stuff that I would do, like, you know I wasn't. I mean, I lived with my grandmother. I drove like a 1993 Protege for like 15 years. Like, I mean, that's not pimping. You know what I'm saying? Like
I almost see it as like when Eminem does homophobic stuff, it's always like a little funny. Whereas like when Busta Rhymes does homophobic stuff, it's because he's actually very homophobic.
Yeah, because he means it. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. A lot of that came from listening to a lot of comedy records and listening to a lot of rap that was kind of like, man, I want to get this off my chest. Well, it's better to just say it and blurt it out and, you know, consequences be damned, but I can go on and be a normal person who doesn't live like that in my daily life. You know, we all go through phases where we live vicariously through the music, but you know, my father was there to kind of explain to me like, no, you can't go around and say this or that. You can't do this, you can't do that.
So he set you straight. And
yeah, I mean, I got my ass kicked by a girl in the 8th grade and she beat my ass every day for 2 years straight because I was like, bitch, I was singing the shit and she was like,
she was not
bigger, she was 6'1".
The comedy in it.
So I mean, you know, exactly. So I learned very early in life that, you know, but I just always thought that, you know, like a lot of the artists who speak out against it are really full of shit because when you look into their lives, like, yo, we need to stop doing this and empowerment and revolution and and they got like 9 kids, 9 women, so smoking weed, like drinking 40s.
The politicians who are like, I'm family values.
Yeah,
and then
so
they
I
have
put
like,
all my faults on the table. Like I curse, I talk a whole bunch of shit, I say a bunch of politically incorrect shit, but at the end of the day, I'm a normal guy. Yeah. So to me, it's like the opposite approach of what most rap is about.
Yeah. All right, we're hitting the home stretch. Coming soon, part 3.